Big Boys with Cool Toys presents RCTV, your radio control authority. Brought to you in part by X10 Productions. With your host, Nick Rack.
Fuel him up and get him on the track. Let's see how he's doing. This thing is massive. Welcome back for Season 4 of RCTV. This year we're heading coast to coast, starting here in Stevensville, Newfoundland, where the mayor is an avid RC flyer. Then we're heading out to Durham, Ontario to see a great on-road race, and then all the way out to BC for a great fun fly. Hey, you know what? I think the mayor's calling me. I gotta go, folks. Now, we're here today in Stevensville with a great RC enthusiast and the mayor as well of Stevensville.
Good day.
How you doing, Tom?
Welcome.
Tom, now tell me a little bit about the history about Stevensville and how it came to be a military base.
In the 1940s, the U.S. government saw the need for an air base outside of the continental USA, and they picked the Stevensville Bay St. George area to build that base. The base operated 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and it was quite common for the people here to see 2, 3, 4 formations of F-102 jet fighters just up circling the community waiting for the refuelers to go up and to follow them out. The whole base area housed military personnel, the hangars for the aircraft. The aircraft were stationed here. The F-102 interceptor jet squadrons were stationed here. And as high as 40 refuelers were stationed here to support those interceptor jets. So you mean it was a substantial base.
Were they supersonic jets, the F-102?
They were the jet of today when they were stationed here. So many refuelers that would give you an indication of how important an F-102 jet fighter was to the U.S. military at that time.
I guess that's what the big hangars were out there for, because they couldn't fit them inside. So the tails actually stuck out through the round holes in the doors, right?
Yep. Through the years, that means there was over 5,000 U.S. military personnel served here on this base.
So more or less, the village was built as a military air base.
That's when Stevensville started to really grow. A lot of people moved in, certainly to support the base. U.S. military certainly still continues to support Stevensville and the Stevensville Airport right to this day. I mean, a lot of times you will see American aircraft land, refuel, do a 1 day, 2 day, 3 day stopover here at our local airport. The base closed because the need changed. The hot spots in the world changed somewhat, and certainly the development of longer range aircraft certainly had an impact on the need for the base here in Stevensville. RC is something that I wanted to do for a long, long time. I didn't know anybody that done it. But back 5 years ago, the Graham Armour, Mike Mercer and Kip Couse were down here on a ramp flying, so I met up with the boys, and that was the start of it then. It's something, I mean, I would certainly recommend to anybody that's getting into the hobby to try to get on the flight simulator and get to know people that are into the hobby. This area here is basically open to all the members of the club. You don't need to ask, can I borrow it? You walk up and you get it, and vice versa. Mr. King is certainly quite the crafts person when it comes to building airplanes. This plane was modeled after one that his son flew in the U.S. military. He put a lot of detail into it, there's no question. He flew the plane, a lot of tedious hours went into building that one for sure.
I mean, it looks identical to the real thing.
It's identical, the ramp works. It's we got a little pallet somewhere that slides out the back of it on a parachute, so it's quite impressive, really.
You got some jets in there, but they're prop ones?
Yes.
And whose are those?
I bought one in Nova Scotia, and one came out of the U.S.
Got another one here, Miss Molson plane?
Miss Molson, one of our local club members, Kip Couse, built that one. I pick planes up everywhere.
Yeah, and you got a bunch of boxes downstairs that aren't even built yet. Those are all looking to be built. So,
yes.
I mean, this club is really growing. It's the kind of places we're talking about. We're going from coast to coast this year, as I mentioned at the beginning of the show. You have to come out to small towns like this. Stevensville, Newfoundland, you know what? Great people, great food, great RC. That's what it's all about. Take care, folks.